Hello, beautiful souls. It's Delssy, the Awakened Artist here. And today we're going to be talking about how to do a intuitive art scan on your chakras so that we can detect any blockages that we might need to work on. Right? Okay, so let's get started. So each chakra has a function, and when we get a blockage on a certain chakra, there might be things that are difficult for us to process, or there might be things that we have difficulty accomplishing because this means there's an obstruction in that energy center, and the life force energy cannot flow freely as it should if all of our chakras were to be aligned, which means there's a free passage of life force energy throughout our chakras. Okay, so starting with our crown chakra. Okay, so our crown chakra is related to cosmic energy, is related to life force energy, and it might become blocked through attachments, through ego, through rejection or of divinity. So if we straight out reject the concept of having a divinity or a subtle side to us, that might create a blockage there as well. So then we have our third eye chakra. Our third eye chakra is related to clarity, insight, and our ability to visualize, our ability to see truth. And when it's blocked, we have a hard time understanding things, having a clear understanding of a certain situation we might be facing. We might experience lack of concentration, and we might have a sense of unworthiness as well. Then we have our throat chakra. So our throat chakra has to do with communication. It's also our ability to have a clear communication with others, and also it has to do with our ability to express truth. And some of the signs that we might have a blocked throat chakra might be that we engage in lying excessively, or we have an inability to listen to others, or to communicate our truth, communicate our boundaries, things like that. So then we move down to our heart chakra. Our heart chakra has to do with love, our sense of compassion. It has to do with just our overall contentment. And this chakra can get blocked by strong emotions such as deceit. It can get blocked by grief, anxiety. So if we have a blocked heart chakra, we might have a hard time relating to others in a romantic way. We might have a hard time expressing love. We might have a hard time just trusting in love in general. Okay, so our chakras can be affected through our everyday interactions, but also we might have chakras that have been blocked from childhood. It might be something that has become a part of our personality, or a part of the way we relate to others, because we have yet to heal that blockage or work on that blockage. So for example, when a child is not allowed to express love freely, when a child expresses love and is rejected, for example, that might create a blockage in the heart chakra, and that might cause an inability to be emotionally available as adults, or early in their lives, to have a sense of security in expressing affection. So those are things that affect us, not only as children, but as adults. Another example could be, if you're in a relationship and you have a situation where you're faced with betrayal or deceit. If you're going through a situation like that where you experience a lot of pain and you're not able to overcome that emotion, not able to heal and process that emotion, that might also create a blockage in the heart chakra. So it's not only from things that we might experience as adults, but also as children. And it's a very difficult it's a very difficult situation to be in, because we have a blockage that we got from childhood, and we just never experience affection in our family, or we grew up in an abusive family system. We just never have experienced what it is like to have an open heart chakra. So that might present a big obstacle as well, as an adult, in your ability to understand that your inability to relate to others and express love, and be comfortable with having loving emotions towards others. It's your ability, it's not going to be there, and you're just not going to know what it's like. So in that case, it might be a little harder to detect that you have a blockage in your heart chakra. So today, the exercise that we're going to be practicing has to do with tapping into your intuition, so you can get the guidance necessary to not only heal any blockages that you might have, but also to identify any of those blockages that might be affecting you, that are very subtle and that are very hard to detect, because you simply don't know what it's like to be in a different state. Right? Okay, so then we have our solar plexus, and our solar plexus has to do with our willpower, how we relate to others, socially, our interactions, and our commitment to things and others. And that chakra can be blocked by shame. It can be blocked by fear, attachment, codependency, and also, if you're experiencing those things, that might be a sign that you have a blocked solar plexus. Also, if you're experiencing a lot of possessiveness, or you have been a victim of overly possessive partners, or controlling partners, so those things can create a blockage as well. And these are things that don't really create a blockage right away, but it's like a gradual a gradual density that's not gonna allow your life force energy to flow through all of your chakras. So then we have our sacral chakra, and our sacral chakra has to do with our pleasure, sexuality, our sense of self-acceptance. It has to do also with our independence, and that's a chakra that can be blocked by feelings of guilt. It can also be blocked by being a victim of manipulation, or having insecurities might be also a sign that we have a blocked chakra. You know, selfishness, it's also a sign that we might have a blocked sacral chakra. And you know, it also relates to our sexuality. So our inability to experience pleasure, or our sexual addictions, can also be signs of a blocked sacral chakra. So what we want to have is a balance so that life force energy can flow. And when it's not flowing freely, it's like a river, you know. If there's a blockage, it creates a stagnation. So what happens to water when it's not flowing freely, when it's stagnant? It builds up dirt, it builds up trash. It's not healthy water. It begins to smell bad. So you know, it's basically the same thing with our chakras. If we don't have a free flow and we have blockages on certain chakras, that might also affect other chakras that might not be blocked. And other chakras can definitely get blocked as a result of having any other blocked chakra. Okay, so then our last chakra is our root chakra. Our root chakra has to do with our sense of security. It has to do with our sense of survival, how grounded we feel, how nurturing we can be to ourselves and others. It also has to do with a sense of security. And when this chakra is blocked, we might experience fear, we might experience depression, anxiety. So if we want to manifest something, you know, that requires taking a leap of faith, for example, if we have a blocked root chakra, that's going to become an obstacle, because obviously it's going to cause fear, and we're going to feel insecure taking any steps. Okay. All right. So obviously there's a lot more information on the chakras. I encourage you to do some research. I'm only telling you a little bit of an introduction of each chakra and what it might be like when a chakra is blocked. So what we'll be doing today is we're going to tap into our intuition by using intuitive art to see which of these 7 chakras we might need to work on. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of paper and we're going to draw 7 circles in each circle. So we're drawing 7 circles in a column. Okay, it's gonna look something like this. All right. And then if you want, you can number them. So I have numbered mine, and it doesn't matter if you use pen or pencil, whichever, it's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're going to inquire about our chakras, and we're going to do a chakra scan. And you can take a crayon, oil pastel if you have one. Just try not to use a marker. If you only have a pencil, then you can use a pencil or a pen. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna write down a question on our piece of paper that we created this column on. So we're gonna write the question or the intention, right? We're gonna write higher self, please show me any blockages in my chakras. Okay, right, so you're setting the intention, and you can also set the intention out loud. Keep your crayon handy, because you will be using it with your eyes closed, so just have it at a spot where you can easily grab it with your eyes closed. So what I like to do is I rub my hands so that I can activate my energy centers on my hands to guide my hands in completing this request or this intention that I've set on my paper. Okay, so I rub my hands, and then I can also say out loud, higher self, please assist me in scanning my chakras and identifying any blockages I might have. Okay, so then I grab my crayon, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna scribble all over the paper without any specific intent. You're going to concentrate, and you're going to follow your guidance as to when to stop. So whenever it feels right to stop, that's when you're gonna stop. Okay, so you're gonna take your crayon, or whatever you're using for this exercise, and with your eyes closed, when you feel the urge to begin and stop, you will. Now, don't overthink it. Just go with the flow. Close your eyes and just begin. And whenever you feel the urge to stop, you may. And I'm stopping now. Okay? All right. So then mine looks something like this. Okay? And I have covered some of my chakras here. I have covered my my heart chakra, my solar plexus, sacral, and root. Now all of these all of these have markings on them, but the one that has the most markings on it is the 6th chakra, which is the sacral chakra. Okay, so now that I have this guidance, you know, and these markings on the other ones, these couple of lines that I have on my sacral and my solar plexus, as well as my heart chakra, those might indicate slight blockages, but the one that has the highest amount of lines, this one has 4, 6, 7. It has 7 lines. It's gonna be my sacral chakra. Okay, so that definitely tells me that is a chakra that I might need to work on. Any sense of independence or sense of self-acceptance, or even how I experience certain intimacy with other people, it might be affected because, you know, there is a blockage, right? So now that I have this information, what I can do is create another piece of paper, and you might do this as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an intention. So I'm going to write something like, I release all my blockages to life force energy. So I may intuitively tap into the best tools for unblocking this chakra, or I can say for unblocking my sacral chakra. Okay, so now that you've written an intention, you can do one of two things. You can fold your piece of paper, fold it into a very small and easy to burn. So in a safe way, you might take a candle and you might burn your intention right in front of the sink, so you could just drop it when it's caught fire, or you might use a bowl. I'm not gonna for the sake of safety, I'm not gonna do it in front of you now, but I will do it in a safe way somewhere else. And then what you can do is also do a meditation where you take a few deep breaths. You can use a guided meditation, or you can use binaural beats to help you reach that state of relaxation. So you can visualize gold light as a life force energy descending onto you straight to your blocked chakra. And you're also going to do a movement with your hand, which is going to be clockwise as you're visualizing that light. So you're visualizing that light and you're creating that clockwise movement, and you are visualizing that that golden light is purifying that chakra. It's releasing any blockages and any memories or any past events that might have caused that blockage. And when you're able to visualize that space, it's clear, and you might also visualize that blockage as a dark cloud sitting at your chakra center. And then, you know, as you apply that energy light work, or that light work exercise to it, you can start seeing that cloud slowly disappear. So when you're able to get a sense of cleanse, that you've done it long enough, then you may stop and you might work on the rest of your chakras as well. So I hope this is helpful. Again, you can put your own intention into it. If you know any other rituals of releasing or unblocking any chakras, you can also incorporate them. Intuitive art, it's a great tool just to tap into that information that it's useful to you, and in that way, you know, you have a better chance of knowing what you need to work on and how it might be affecting your everyday life. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, or if you have any other ideas of how you have worked through unblocking any chakras, please share in the comments. It was a pleasure to share with you. Peace and love to you, and remember to always be yourself. If you feel different, remember being different is a gift, and being normal, it's common. So peace and love, and I'll see you next time.